Baylor great. You talk about the straw that stirred the drink, Mr. Glue, whatever you want to say. Mark Vidal joins Craig Smoke, Paul Catalina, David Smoke on Sikkim 365 Radio. Mark Vidal, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing okay. How are you?
We're doing well. Hey, what will Saturday mean to you when you get that degree?
Man, it's going to bring tears to my eyes, man. It's a curse that's broken, generation curse that's broken. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the first in my family to do it, you know, so that's the generation curse that's broken. So that's going to mean a lot to me. So I might cry out there.
What does it mean to your family?
It means a lot. That was one of the goals before I even signed, getting my education, getting my degree. You know, my mom and dad, that's one of the first things, getting my degree. You know, basketball always been a part of me, but getting your degree, that's the real thing right there.
Mark, it's been 1 month and 1 day since you guys beat the hell out of Gonzaga for the national championship. How many of those days have you enjoyed and soaked it in continually?
Dang, it's been that long? Hey, it's quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta watch why I sound here because I don't need Bleach Report going out there and put me out there again.
Yeah.
So it's been cool. It's been okay. I got straight to it. Like I had a week of just really celebrating. But after that, it was just in my mind, it's just time for me to go ahead and start working. But that week I celebrated with my teammates and everything. Man, it's the best moment in the world. And even when I go back to Waco, you know, fans still celebrate like we just won it yesterday. Mm-hmm. But it's been a month. I didn't know it's been a month.
Yeah, one month yesterday. It was April the 5th. Today's May the 6th. 1 month yesterday, you won the national title.
Hey, Mark, you bring up the fans, but what was that like to have all those former players back as well at the parade a few weeks ago?
It was, man, that's probably one of the best moments ever because you can see how proud it was of us. Usually you'll see some people that, you know, I don't know from other universities where they have like a jealous set of guys. These guys were so supportive the whole year. You know, they came back before it. They were sending videos throughout the tournament. Like, you know, they always had our backs. And then for us to win it, you know, they still part of us, you know. So at the end of the day, we all one big family. So at the end of the day, when we win, everybody wins.
We had Melvin Hunt, who's an assistant coach with the Atlanta Hawks. He told me in an interview, he was on to also talk about Nikki Collin, the new women's basketball coach. He told me he decided for 72 hours after you beat Gonzaga as a former Baylor player that he was going to win something Baylor nonstop and also make sure everybody knew about it for 72 hours. And I think he was not the only one. What did that mean to you that guys like that embraced it as well?
Man, that means that we opened a couple guys' eyes, man, and they're showing that we got a lot of supporters that we didn't know. You know, like right there, you just telling me that kind of shocked me. You know, at the end of the day, man, like, hey, that's big time because I seen Dirk Nowitzki had on a shirt too, and he was supporting, and that shocked me too. And that's a legend. So, I mean, a lot of people watched that game. They said it's the most viewed game, more than I think a finals game, something like that, and it was crazy. So, I can't really explain that.
So, Mark, you're obviously going to go off, and you've got, you know, big things ahead in your future. Same thing for Davion, same thing for a lot of guys. But seeing those former players come back, is it already kind of instilled in you guys that you'll be doing the same for this next crop and the future waves of Baylor men's basketball players?
Of course, we've got to. We got to keep the generation going, man. Like, we can't just be those guys. You can't, you know, switch up or do anything. I mean, like, even though we won a national championship, like I said, we family. We one big family. So we always got to come back and support the young guys like the older guys did us. You know, like we always got we got the wisdom and everything. So we can go ahead and drop a little knowledge on them.
Mark, will you try to let us know, Mark Few, the coach at Gonzaga, great guy, hell of a coach. They have a heck of a team. But a couple of weeks after you won and beat them for the national title, he was interviewed because they had some guy, one of the best players in the country, commit to Gonzaga, and he was talking about the game. And he said that he wishes he would have known what they were walking into, that he had given his team a chance to understand. He said, talking about Baylor, they were so angry with us. They were so, you know, the controlled anger is what I said. What was it that angered, and what was it that was said? We've heard about champagne. We've heard about getting tired of hearing about Gonzaga. What really fed you guys, the energy you had on Monday night against them?
Man, we was going to be the first to do it all. Like, they really stood up. Coach Drew worked his tail off so much. The whole coaching staff worked their tail off so much for that moment. And that was our first time in that moment. So we had to take advantage of it. And like I said, we dogs. So at the end of the day, it's like you trying to take meat from a dog, aggressive dog. And at the end of the day, it's not going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how we had to be. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mark Hughes, like, one of my favorite coaches also. Like, man, every time we see each other and we talk, he always tell me how much of a dog I am and everything. And I got, like, respect for him, too. And like I said, man, we're going to be the first to do it all. It's no better motivation than that. You're going to be the first and Big 12 history to win a national championship for Baylor. Like, it's crazy. So, I mean, what motivation do you need for that?
Mark, I seem to remember it was early on in the season, and it was like cancellations were starting to happen. And, you know, you had obviously made the decision to come back, but I know that at least at the beginning, it was probably super frustrating. And I think you had even tweeted like, man, I don't know how like this is going to work for the, you know, the long haul if we have to keep stopping and starting like this. What was that journey like? I mean, you guys not only win it all, but it wasn't exactly, you know, the way that it typically is. So how hard was that at the beginning? And did you think that, you know, that was going to be the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, or were you just unsure because there were so many changes constantly?
Man, it's a fear of the unknown for me, man. Like, because we already been through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been through it the year before where, you know, we was on our way to doing the same thing we did this year. And then next thing you know, we shut down. And the way everything was going the same exact way that was last year. And in my mind, I was like, man, like, it's crazy, man. I don't know how this is going to work, you know, because in my mind, it didn't sound right how they was trying to feed it to us, but they already had a plan out for us and it was mapped out, you know, and just going on and going on and going on. As it, you know, the season kept going, I started understanding, like, okay, if we just follow these simple rules, you know what I'm saying, and just do everything the right way, boom, you know, we can continue to play. And it worked out just fine.
Yeah, it did. Well, I'm glad that it did because I remember seeing that tweet and just going like, golly, I feel for these guys. But, hey, in the end, like you said, it all worked out okay.
Mark,
It did.
you were very public, and also not only with your feed on Twitter and social media, but also with us or in some of the pressers. And I remember one time talking to you about, you know, just you're a pretty deep guy. I mean, you're not afraid to mention that. You're not afraid to talk about it. You're not afraid to talk about some of the demons or depression and all of that. When did that really become something on your radar where you dealt with it, but also you knew you had a role where you could help others get through it?
Yeah, man, like I said, like, it was just a struggle at first, not just for basketball, but, you know, it's a lot of things that go through life that a lot of people go through, you know, and eventually it's to a point where I understood I had to understand myself. I had to put a lot of God. I had to put God in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a dark time sometimes because, you know, it's a lot of doubt, you know. And then as far as me, like, understanding, you know, how mental health works and how you can help others, I mean, it's all motivational. You know what I'm saying? It's either motivational or you just tell them, you know, what's right and what's wrong. And, I mean, and at the end of the day, I open up and I'll talk about it. I don't have a problem talking about any of it. You know, that's how I think everybody should be. Everybody should shine light on it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, part of the problem, right, is that nobody feels comfortable talking about it, right? And we all walk around with all these feelings, but nobody talks about it, so we all think we're the only ones or whatever. But, you know, you're absolutely...
Yeah, because the reason that being like that is because a lot of people judge. I feel like if you take the judgment out of mental health and stop treating it like an illness, like a lot of people, when you hear mental health, the first thing you think about is an illness. I don't think you should treat it as an illness. You know what I'm saying? It's just, in a way, it's just somebody that's just suffering a little more than you that you can help. You can always pick somebody up.
Absolutely. You never know what people are going through. I was sitting here on Twitter the other day. Also, I see Lil Wayne on my timeline. He's announcing the signing of Mark Vital to the Young Money family. Congratulations on that, and kind of take us through signing with Young Money and all that.
Yeah, man. So I have my brother, man. My brother has always been part of Young Money. So that whole process is me coming out of Lake Charles. You know what I'm saying? I had my brother with me at the time, and he was just a regular AAU coach. You know, he took me out of Lake Charles and brought me to Dallas, and we got introduced to everything. You know, Hillian Boogie Night, and he took me out of Lake Charles and brought me to Dallas and changed my whole life. And you know what I'm saying? And after that, you know what I'm saying, I had to, stay loyal to you. Like everybody know, I've been loyal. I stay loyal. I stayed to Baylor from ninth grade to now. So that's over 30 years. But but I had to just stay loyal to him, man. And then, like, he always knew what's best for me. He always helped me with my decisions. So I can't really sit here and just go against that when, some agencies might want to say, we got the best for you, but really don't. But I know in my heart, deep down, that with his decisions, I know he really wants the best for me and don't want anything from me. And that would help me with the decisions. And I also like Lil Wayne, so, hey, it all worked out. We all from Louisiana.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a text from Ryan on our YouTube video, the channel that we have, Mark. He said, wish we could clone Mark Vidal. He just brings intangibles that you don't see in the stat sheet that helps teams win.
Everybody want to clone me, man. Hey, you know what's so crazy? I was talking to a couple coaches, man. I ain't going to put them out right there because, I don't want to mess up their images, but they said the same thing, like, man, we can clone you and just make at least two of you and just have you, under the basket, man. We'll be undefeated, or, we just need a glue guy like you, or we can have a guy that just buy into you. It's crazy, man. And they start saying this thing like invest stocks in Mark Vidal and stuff. That meaning, like, man, like, everybody should start investing to me and start realizing my worth and stop worrying about the stats and everything. And so, when I started seeing that motivated me a lot. But, man, I have a lot of coaches and players and, they have a couple of NBA guys say the same thing, but we just going to let it play out.
I watch video of you working out, and I know that you've moved on and you're now working out with another partner that's with you as far as somebody that's training you. And I saw you on the lunges up on the large high step, and you mentioned something about Muhammad Ali hated training. Most people do. And I know Bobby Stroop's a very close friend of yours, and he's also a close friend of ours, and you did a lot with him. Right now, what are you doing? What is keeping you focused, staying in shape in between now and whatever is next with you in the professional NBA or Europe?
Man, it's just me just staying locked in. I like I said, I'm still broke. My family's still not in the best position. I'm still hungry. And even if I make a lot of money, it doesn't matter about the money for me. All right, let me say this. They got this one thing that an old man told me. He told me there's a such thing as being good and there's a such thing as being great. Like, we had a couple good Baylor teams, right? Mm-hmm. But we got a great team when you win the whole national championship. They got a lot of good players in the NBA that makes a lot of money, but you got players like LeBron, Michael Jordan that's great. You got to always try to be great, and that's how I see it, No and like Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest of all time. So the greatest of all time. I'm sorry.
What is the one exercise that when you know it's time for the exercise, I mean, and there's so many that hurt and so many that make you stronger and greater cardio and strength and whatever else. What is it that you dread the most?
Man, they got this thing called the Woodway. It's like a treadmill, but you got to actually move and push it yourself. And anytime I hear I got to get on that, it kills me. That's exactly where you heard the quote at. That right there. Every time I hear I got to get on the Woodway and run on it, my first mind is like, man, I don't want to do this. I'm so scared of that Woodway.
Is there anything, though, better when you finish a workout and you have drained everything in your body, basically, and then you go sit down and you got sweat flapping off the side of your face, down your arms, and you're done with it?
There's no better feeling than that. I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I love that. Like, when I'm sweating hard, I'm tired, and I'm dead, that means I actually work. When I'm saying I can't get no more, like, if I can't beg for no more and be like, give me another round or something, like, I know I put in all the work. I just like feeling dead at the end, the sweat and the going puke and do all that stuff. I like it.
What about history and Egyptology? What's the deal with that? I saw where somebody asked me that you mentioned that today on your Instagram account.
Hey, how you know? Hey, man, how you know all that?
Hey, we do our homework. I don't have Instagram. It's hard enough for me to follow what I too much on Twitter. So, hey, we're gonna throw some hard fastballs at you too now.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm into all. I'm just trying to get into it, and I'm very fascinated about that. And that's stuff I like to learn about. You know, that's crazy how you know that.
Well, I don't. Somebody else passed it along, and I even had to say, wait a minute, you let me know what he said so it wasn't something that you – now –
Yeah, I used to draw actually like in middle school. I used to draw a little ankh, which is like the cross, but like a
Yes,
circle on the
yep.
top. That means eternal
your
life.
knuckles?
Yeah, I used to draw it on my knuckle just because I was fascinated by Egyptology and I thought the symbol was cool and the
Wow.
meaning was cool. And so yeah, I'm with Mark on the interesting aspects of Egyptology.
Mark, how
Yeah.
happy are you right now? How just life in general, how happy are you?
I'm happy. This is probably the best spot I've been in, knowing that I accomplished everything this far, you know, with God in my life and, you know, a lot of people along the way that helped me. So, honestly, I'm super happy. Like, no sadness anywhere, man. Just me being Mark Vital, smile and joy.
So let's discuss your future. I know you have business things you're working on as well. What might some of those be, if you can tell us, so we can help promote it? Also, basketball. What do you hear? What's going to happen with Mark Vital, you think, at the next level?
So yeah, a little about my business. I have a couple that's coming out real soon, but as you know, right now I still have my Vital Goods thing up where, you know, I got a couple things on there where, you know what I'm saying, people can get it now. It's from my Baylor career, but I also got, you know, I'm partnering up and teaming up with a couple people. I ain't gonna say no names yet. When it happens, I'm gonna just let it happen because it's a business move. I like to just like shock everybody like what I did with the Lil Wayne stuff. And I'm gonna have some stuff coming soon for that. And as far as the basketball stuff, man, like I'm hearing a lot of good stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? As everybody know, they're saying develop a shot, do different things, man. And anything's not nothing's promised until it happens. But you know what I'm saying? I got a good chance. I got a real good chance. And I'm working really hard. My shot for the first time is like really coming along. Like, you know, I've been putting a lot of work into my shot, and it looks real good, and it feels real good. And like I said, man, it's just me killing myself, man, just killing myself in the gym. You know, at this point, you got to just – I got a little time. I'm about to graduate, so I'm going to have even more time just to be in the gym.
Have you ever watched video of highlights of yourself and gone, damn, how did I do that?
Yes, a couple times. A couple times. I remember I had got, like, the Arizona game where I rebounded the team. I was like, man, how did I do that? And I was seeing how some of the rebounds I was getting. And one time, I think it was when I dunked against Texas and ran down the court and then got a block and then came back and made somebody airball. It's crazy. Like, I don't be knowing how I get some of the rebounds I do and how I get some of the steals I do, too.
Can you try to explain, Mark, what it was like, not just to win the national championship, but the trip along the way, the journey along the way, and not just some of the things at times where you're down or whatever, but the guys you won it with and how incredibly tight-knit that group was, where they passed up egos. Nobody really, I mean, I didn't mean you guys didn't go at each other in practice or whatever. What was it like to be a part of what, of course, the program talks about, the culture of joy?
Man, that's closest band of brothers I have, man. We treat each other like brothers, man. Like me and Maceo is real close too. Like I think me and Maceo is the closest with Obama and Devion. Like not just singling people out, but I think that's a little group right there. That's the group right there that's really just crazy about each other. I mean, we a group of guys that just want to change the culture, not be jealous of each other, man. Just play basketball, win games. Because if one person win, we all win. If one person eat, we all eat. And whoever win an award, we all win an award. You know what I'm saying? Like when Devion won a Nate Smith, the Defensive Player of the Year, I started getting like DMs, people saying that should have been you. He's not a better defender than you. Just like all kinds of crazy stuff, and you know, basically just trying to make me, you know, feel a different way. And I told him straight up like this: I'm happy for him. I'm glad he won because at the end of the day, I seen the work he put in. He put in the work I put in, and as long as he's on my team and he's winning, you know what I'm saying, we all win. So at the end of the day, it is like accolades don't really mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as we win a game, that's why I told him, as long as we win a game, it is what it is. I think the past teams that we had, everybody just wanted to pat stats and try to get to the NBA. This team was actually brought in and just wanted to win, and we kept guarding. You know what I'm saying? And like our managers and our GMs, I say GMs, GAs,
right?
They did a real good job. You know, from rim all the way down to shield. They just kept the culture going. You know, those are the guys that really like started all this, in my opinion. Like bringing us in the gym. We clowning the gym. Let's go out to eat. Just doing different stuff with us.
You were there for, like you said, you committed when you were like 8 or whatever it was. You said ninth grade. It does seem like it's been a long time. And here you are. You play 5 years for Baylor, and you cap it off the national championship. How much of a role did you play? Seriously, because it wasn't just the coaches with what and how great they were or the staff you just mentioned, but it had to be you as well with all of the new pieces coming in. Davion, Jared, across the board, Maceo, and others, Adam Flagler, and even some of the next wave. How much did you play a role in making sure everybody understood the standard of what it meant to be a team?
I was just being a glue guy. That's how they answer that. I mean, I was just being that guy because I've been on teams where we lost, been to NIT, lost second round. I've been a part of all of that. I've been committed for a long time. Where I've seen teams, kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? As far as having a great team, but at the end of the day, they self-destruct because they don't like each other, or I'm not saying they don't like each other, but they just don't want to agree with each other. And so that's something I try to change when I seen Debbie having a whole bunch of new pieces. Matter of fact, I tried to change it last year. We still had like a great season last year. We had even better season this year because guys really bought into what I was trying to say. And told everybody their role, like, man, you don't need to do too much. If we all just do a little something that we great at, we'll win games.
I'm sorry.
That's how it happened.
My favorite response I think I ever saw from you on Twitter was after the all Big 12 team came out. Now, I know you guys didn't win that tournament, but you immediately put up the Joker face. I cracked the you know what up, man. I'm telling you right now. It's like, oh, dear God. Oh, my God.
Man, the only reason I put that up because, man, they didn't know what's in store. They think that, you know what I'm saying, I feel like the Big 12 gave me enough awards, and they're just like, okay, man, Mark's been here for a while, and we don't need to keep giving him awards, even though I deserve a lot of stuff. And I got robbed a couple of times for a couple of things, but we're not going to get into that. I thought it was best I just put that up there because at the end of the day, it was all smiles because at the end of the day, we about to go win a national championship, so we don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Mark, can you try to give us just overall the time you've been at Baylor, what it meant to you, what Coach Drew, Tang, Chakus, Alvin Brooks, there's a lot of them. What in the end did they all mean to you?
Man, that's my family, man. They're part of my life forever. Like, they're huge. Like I said, I've been committed for a long time, so they was there for a long time, like a long part of my life. And, like, from Coach Drew to Coach Tang, Coach Brooks, Coach Mills, even Coach Mills, all those guys, 80s. Like, I can name them all, because I've been here. But, man, they mean a lot to me, man. Like, even with the GAs, like, we all close. We got our own group messages to my teammates. Like, I love them all. Like, I love them as brothers, families, uncles. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime they need something, I can call. They can call me, however you want to do it, Like, those guys going to be with me forever.
That Baylor,
I'm a Baylor legend. They are Baylor legends.
You damn sure are a Baylor legend. There's no question about it. I saw some of the reaction. Coach Mulkey's now at LSU. Baylor yesterday introduced their new women's basketball coach.
That's what I'm talking about. She's bringing the powerhouse for the women back to Louisiana. I like it.
It's been a while.
Like that.
Yeah.
Hey, like I said, man, a lot of people, I'm not going to say it like I want to say it, but a lot of people was trying to, figure out why Mulkey left. Everybody had their own stuff. At the end of the day, Coach Mulkey did the right thing. It was for her. And at the end of the day, she's a great coach. She left her mark at Baylor. Now she's just on to another chapter. Now she's in Louisiana where she wanted to be for a while because that's her hometown. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, everybody can try to figure out what's the reason she left or what's the background. Coach Mulkey in Louisiana, I'm from Louisiana, I'm supporting. I don't care. We back, baby. LSU is back for Coach Mulkey in the powerhouse, bro.
Well, that clock is ticking towards the next season. Ought to be a lot of fun to see what happens and also see how Baylor moves past her time, which was amazing for 21 years as well.
I know that's going to be kind of hard, but hey, man, like I said, everything happens for a reason. God gonna forever watch over anything. He got all the answers. The new coach is Atlanta Dreams coach. And she's real good. And I watched them every day. She's good. So, I mean, they're going to get the best of both worlds, either way they go. Baylor did a good job, getting somebody that can replace Kim Mulkey. But at the same time, they got to realize that she's not Kim Mulkey, and they don't need to compare the two. She's our own coach, and then Kim Mulkey's her own coach.
Yep, absolutely. And she said that yesterday. I want you to close. Oh, if you're not driving, I want you to close your eyes for a second. It's Saturday. It's Saturday, and on the speaker, your name, Mark Vital. As you go across the stage, what will you be thinking?
I mean, I did it. I broke a curse. This is something that's going to change my life forever, change my kids' life, change the generation, my next generation, my generation. And as I'm walking, man, I told you I'm going to cry as I grab it. That's all you can do is cry and be like, man, I did it, man. If I can go and write a book from everything I've been through, soon I'm going to have a documentary that's coming out real soon. And that's being made, it's being made right now. But it's going to be real good, and everybody's going to see a little piece of my life and how it went. And a lot of people change their perspective on, some things of me because they got some negative things about me, but at the same time, they got a lot of positives. But if everybody sees the stuff I went through, they'll understand why I was dealing with a lot of stuff I was dealing with. So that's going to be all let loose when I grab that diploma and know that I won. I won a battle. I'm not another, how you say, statistic. I'm not another one, No, I'm not dead. I'm not in jail. I'm not dead, So that's going to mean a lot.
It damn sure does, man. Hey, Mark, seriously, that right there, what you just said at the very end of what has been an incredible time with you, you found a way not to be a statistic. You found a way to survive. You not only survived, you are successful, and you still have the rest of your life in front of you, and people at Baylor love you, not just because you won the national title. They always love Mark Vital for what you brought to work every single day and what you represented. We wish you the best of luck, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, man.
Mark Vital. Mark Vital, Baylor, great on many things, from how the graduation, which Armstrong walked across the stage, even though he graduated in December. Mark Vital will do that on Saturday with many others, and the best of luck to him. Emotions on his sleeve, and yet times he had to learn how to kind of check them, as you said, as well. When we come back, we're going into the 4 o'clock hour here, right, Armstrong? Or we got a little bit of time here. I don't know exactly. Take a break. We'll take a quick break. Kurt Miller, the head coach of the Connecticut Sun, will join us. His thoughts about Nikki Collin. Also, Mickey Spagnola, the Cowboys a few days after the draft. Sophia Young, one of the great Lady Bears of all time at 5. And then also an NFL draft expert at 5:20. Sikkim 365 Radio. Don Shumidor and Coffee Beans in the Town West Shopping Center off Valley Mills in Waco. Don Shumidor, if you smoke a cigar, if you like smoking a cigar, when I play a round of golf, if in fact I ever get a chance to do that anymore, I always